Here we are back in Hollywood Studios for Rock'n Roller Coaster's last rock out ever. It's getting ready to rock into history. It's going away for the Muppets overlay, or Muppets refurb. So let's go check and see if we can get on the single rider and get one last ride in before it disappears forever. So that makes sense. This long line standing here, stretching all the way from the junction between Tower of Terror and Rock'n Roller Coaster, stretches all the way back here to the Brown Derby, is basically the rope drop. There's a line of people that are heading past that are heading over to Rock'n Roller Coaster now is early entry. So 7:30 was early entry, or 8 o'clock was early entry. The park actually opens, or the rides open, at 8:30. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Let's go check out some construction, and we'll come back and check out and see if we can get on a single rider. So here we are where the arch used to be, the old MGM Hollywood Studios arch. It's renamed and kind of dressed up a little different over the years. Long gone. I saw a couple aerial photos where they've actually put the forms up for the new, it's not really an arch, it's just a new entryway to look more like, I heard some other people reference, it looked like a particular, I don't know, drive or entryway to one of the studios in California, maybe in Burbank. Oh yeah, look at that. I did notice, what is that, Little Mermaid's meet and greet or the show or whatever, they repainted the building. So that's different. I think one of the animation programs that they do over in Rafiki's Planet Watch, I think that's going to come over here now. And that'll be nice to bring that back to Hollywood Studios. Seems like animation and Hollywood Studios kind of belong together, in my opinion. Let's go see what we can see in Monsters, Inc., or what used to be Muppets Land, or Muppets 3D. Well, there it is. That used to be Muppets 3D, where the clock tower is. It's gone. You got Pizza Rizzo, I think, was around the corner there. We'll walk down here a little bit and see, but Mama Melrose was also around the corner. That's gone. That's going to be turned into Harryhausen's, the sushi restaurant from Monsters, Inc. I mean, nothing says Hollywood Studios like a little bit of cartoon sushi, you know what I mean? Anyway, can't really see much for the construction walls. That's kind of to be expected. The ride that they're going to put in for Monsters, Inc. is, from what I understand, a roller coaster ride that you're suspended from the track. And it's going to be set in like the Doors, Monsters Inc. Doors storage area. And the way the ride looks, I saw a couple of animations. It looks like the device that picks you up and carries you, like the ride vehicle, is going to essentially be the same type of mechanism that would carry the doors to their individual storage lockers or storage areas. So that should be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of sorry to see Mama Melrose go and turn into a sushi restaurant, but I'm sure it'll be an interesting experience once they get it done and fully operational. Of course, you've got the entryway to Star Wars Land there. The backside of Muppets 3D, Muppet Vision 3D. That was a good show. I'll be interested to see how they incorporate that into Rock'n Roller Coaster. I guess the Rock'n Roller Coaster probably get a ride vehicle update. You know, in the current Rock'n Roller Coaster, as you're going down the track, you've got a couple of, call them props, I guess, you know, that are trackside, and they're lit up with like black light or whatever. I would envision that that'll probably change to, you know, Muppet theming, of course, and might even have some screens, video screens like they do in Guardian of the Galaxy. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. All right, let's head on back and see what the single rider looks like. Looks like everybody else has got the same basic idea. Single rider, or, you know, the standard standby or lightning lane, I suppose. Got Hollywood Tower of Terror up there in front of us. If you've never done that, trust me, it's terrifying. I do that once every like 5 years or something like that. There it is. Rock'n Roller Coaster. A couple of years back they were talking about that the Rockn roller coaster might go away, and there was a bunch of rumors on the Facebook talking about what it might get rethemed as, and I had made a joke about it being changed to like the bluegrass experience or something, and turning the big giant guitar out front here into a giant banjo. Holy moly, look at that crowd. And we got a little bit of copyrighted music there. Got to talk over that. Try to keep from getting a strike on that one. Let's walk on down here and see where this starts. See what the wait time is. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. I don't know. Holy moly. That's cool. Shows up with your name and where you're from.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Hey!
What's that? Hey!
What are you guys still doing here? You were supposed to be at a show.
I'm working.
Now.
I'd like to introduce our lovely manager.
Yeah, she's usually.
The theming here is pretty cool. You're supposed to be in a parking garage. Toll booth. Garage door to upper levels. Pretty awesome. Oh, our car's here. The spotlights are Mickey heads. Check that out. There you go. It's going to be the last time we see it. Well, at least see it in this particular format. It's going to be Muppets overlay. I wouldn't imagine the guitar is going to change a whole lot from the outside. I would expect it to have probably some rainbow accents or something, and I don't know. I don't remember the Muppets character, the guy that played the piano all the time. Not Animal, but there's another guy. I would expect him to be out here somewhere, maybe on the poster there on the wall or something like that. And put down in the comments what you think, how you think the outside and the ride vehicle and the inside of the ride will be rethemed. It was a good ride. Hate to see it go, really. Seems like the overall idea, the theme of the Disney parks these days is all the rides are rethemed, all of it being with some particular character or IP type product. I don't know, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. But some of the rides that they're doing away with, like Tom Sawyer's Island and the Riverboat, for instance, and retheming that all to cars and villains. Villains, I think, is a good idea. They could have kept the villains idea and still saved Rivers of America. But there's some other logistical problems with Rivers of America that you don't have with Cars and Villains Land. So I can see the thought process from a corporate standpoint why they would want to get rid of that. That doesn't mean to say that they couldn't have done some things for Tom Sawyer's Island to kind of update it and refresh it a little bit, make it a little bit more accessible to alleviate that problem.
Totally take it back. I think
But then when you factor in merchandise and somebody going over to Tom Sawyer's Island for an hour or 2 or 3 and just camping out, you know, I can see the thought process. That's a whole different video. I want to talk about that later on. That's a hard view to get used to right there. That's another video that I'd like to do in the future for this channel. It's talking about some of the landmarks here in Hollywood Studios, the archway being one of them. And of course, the Chinese Theater as one of the other landmarks. But we'll cover that in another video here in the future. Why don't we cruise through Toy Story Land and then over to Bat2 East, see what we can see.
Welcome, new toys. Hope you've got fresh batteries.
And there's Woody up there.
Here goes on and on and on.
It's all right, Woody. We can't see your bald spot from here. The new Toy Story 5, I think Woody is supposed to have a bald spot. I don't know. You know, like if you take a toy and you drag it across the carpet or something and it rubs a little bit of the paint off the back of the toy. That's what they made the bald spot. Or at least the idea, the concept art or the pictures that I saw.
How's it going, Rex?
Did I ever tell you I'm afraid of heights? No?
He's afraid of heights, but he sure is up high. How'd he get up there?
I'm afraid of heights.
We enter into Bat2 East. You can see, I think those are shirts up there. Oh no, maybe they're not. They're the blue balls up there. Or it's the blue milk stand. They had blue milk, and then they had what they called green milk, which looked more like yellow milk to me, but I've tried both. I don't know. I didn't think either one of them are all that great, but they're doing away with the green milk and just going to have the blue milk now. I think that's a little more in line with the original trilogy where Luke drank the blue milk. Pluto over there doing a little meet and greet with the kiddos. The eternal question: why does Goofy talk and Pluto does not? And some of the arguments are that Pluto's the pet of Mickey and Goofy isn't. Some say that Goofy isn't a dog, but he is. He was originally called Dippy Dog before his name got changed to Goofy. So there you go. Put down in the comments why you think he's allowed to talk and Pluto doesn't. Interesting concept. Thought we would cruise back here behind Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. Take a look at the screen-used Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade tank. It's pretty cool. I'd imagine that truck over there is probably screen-used also, but I haven't been able to find anything that confirms that it actually was. But it stands to reason, if the tank's here, that the truck probably was screen-used also. But yeah, there it is. Made especially for the movie. You can see the side cannon there that's got the muzzle blown out from when Indiana Jones shoved the rock up in there. Junior! Junior! Thought we'd pop in the gift shop and take a look at some merch. It's a pretty nice hooded sweatshirt there. See what the cost is. 70 bucks. Yeah, might be a little steep for a hooded sweatshirt, but I like the character design that's on it. It's a little chilly out today, but that's a real nice, thin, kind of a silky shirt. Ooh, $75. Yeah, no, that's a nice one. I'd wear it. Pretty cool looking t-shirt. You got a tag on there? I don't see one. Yeah, they got some nice stuff. Standard sweatshirt, a little cooler today. They must have came and put all these out early this morning, I would imagine. You get your very own Lotso bear. Dirty, looks dirty. 30 bucks. It's got beans in his belly. All right, we did it. Got to see Rock'n Roller Coaster rock out for the last time in its existence before it changes to whatever it's going to be called under the Muppets re-theme, overlay, whatever they're doing. I honestly don't think it's going to be a whole lot more than an overlay, but we'll see. Maybe just a bit more than that with changing the ride vehicle over and changing some of the trackside props and stuff. Why don't we take a look at the Skyliner, see how long the wait is for the Skyliner, and take a cruise over to fly over to what is that, Hourglass Lake, and then over to the port of entry to Epcot. I don't think we'll go into Epcot, but we'll fly over and just take a gander. We made it. Trying to get one without the wrap on it. This one's got wrap, and the windows are all fingerprinted up. That's okay though. I just realized, sitting here by myself in the Sky Bucket, there's no audio. Got a quiet ride. The last couple of videos I've seen on YouTube where people have ridden the Skyliner, I've noticed that that's been the overwhelming consensus, is that they've gotten Sky Buckets with no audio. I wonder why that is. I wonder if they got enough complaints where people said, hey, it would be better if you could turn that off, just have a quiet ride and enjoy it. I don't know. Or maybe the speaker's not working. Either way, I like it. It's nice. A little echoey in here, but that's okay. It's the first time I've been on the Skyliner in, pretty good while. I'm not even sure how long it's been. So we made it over to the transfer station. This isn't Hourglass Lake. This is, we're looking at Caribbean Beach on the other side of this water here. And this transfer station, if we were to take the Skyliner that way, that would take us to Hourglass Lake, and that's over by Pop Century and Art of Animation. And of course, if we were to get on the Skyliner here and go that way, that would take us to Epcot and the turning station and over that way. That's where they store all the Skyliner buckets over there on those things. They take them off the line. They got them on both sides. So if there's a hurricane or really high winds, they'll pull them all off the line and stick them on those things. Oh, we got audio.
Ladies, gentlemen, and islanders of all ages,
Uh-oh.
welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Thank you.
We're flying to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes, we are. Anyway, they pull all the buckets off and they stick them in those things.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente.
Coming in hot.
Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos.
All right, we made it back.
Y observe
Time to
sus
get out.
pasos. Gracias por volar con nosotros.
All right, it's going to do it for today. We got a last look at Rockn Roller Coaster before it rocks off into history. Got a little bit of a look at what we could see anyway over the construction walls with the different construction of the archway and what we would call the hub. It's kind of a hub, it's more of a courtyard in Hollywood Studios, and the new Monsters Inc. land. Got a good look at that. Cruised through a little bit of Batu. Checked out a little bit of merch. Some of those sweatshirts are pretty nice looking, I thought. A little expensive, but nonetheless. And we took a fly over on the Skyliner and got to check out the edge of Caribbean Beach. Now we're gonna head on out of here. I appreciate you watching. If you're new here, this is Traveling to Extremes, and I'm Wandering Rick. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. That'll keep you up to date on future videos. And hit that thumbs up. That helps out a lot. And remember, life's an adventure. You gotta live it. We'll see you in the next video.